This is the Aviation Business Podcast, the podcast that equips your aviation business to achieve a higher altitude. Now, here's your host, Tim Bonnell.
Well, welcome to the Aviation Business Podcast, where we'd like to bring you topics on how to grow and improve your business and life. And today I wanted to just touch on a topic that we've probably talked about in past years of the podcast, but it's about creating remarkable customer experiences. We all can think of an experience we've had with a company, whether that's a fast food company, an entertainment company, maybe a medical provider, a service provider, a retail experience, where we just left that experience wanting to share it with others because it was so good. It was because we had a remarkable customer service experience. Walt Disney said, "Whatever you do, do it well. Do it so well that when people see you do it, they will want to come back and see you do it again. And they will want to bring others and show them how well you do what you do." So some people are naturally gifted with customer service talents. But for the majority of us, we have to be intentional. We need to have systems and processes that create a positive experience, especially as an organization grows. So we all have a process. We just have to ask, do we have an intentional process? And if we do, are we constantly evaluating it to see if it is having a positive impact or creating value for our customer and potential other customers? So think about that restaurant, that trip, that service provider, that retail experience, that theme park where you just wanted to share with everyone what you had experienced. What happened? Think about the elements in that set that apart from most of the other experiences you have. Then start thinking about your own business, your own service, your own operation. What are some of the small things you've done that you've noticed your customers really appreciate? They say this create value. These are some ways we can help identify the ways that we create extraordinary value to our customers. But we want to go beyond that, right? We need to ask our key customers, those customers we want to keep, and then those we want to make sure we're winning more customers just like them, is what are we doing to create value for you? What are the things we've done? What are the things we haven't done? What are the things in your business that keep you up at night? The more we can understand our insured, our customers, if we're talking insurance businesses are insured, but we're talking about customers, our aircraft purchasers or aircraft owners, whatever they are, and understand what their concerns are, what their opportunities are, what their strengths are, the more we can help understand how we can provide better value. And when we identify these, then we can go through and create processes that we can replicate that ensure we are providing those higher levels of customer service. But again, it takes being intentional. It takes having these conversations. Often we just assume we know what's best for the customer. Here's something I know they will need. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's not something that they truly find a value. So that's where we've got to have dialogue with key customers who will provide honest feedback, not those that'll just blow smoke at us, and not those who are just going to criticize everything, but those will say, here's what's going well, here's what's not going well, here's what's frustrating me, here's just a concern in my business, and here's how I hope to win, and here's where I hope to be. When we can get that kind of feedback, then we can kind of examine what we're doing well, what we need to do differently in order to provide that best level of customer service to our customers and our potential prospects, and in order to create the value that they're going to want to share with others. Like, hey, this company, my fixed-based operator, my flight school, my charter company, this is the first-class experience they did. They are awesome. You need to call them. That's remarkable. It was so good, the experience you provided, they're remarking about it. So as Disney said, whatever you do, do it well. And I would say be intentional and do it so well that when people see you do it, they will want to come back and see you do it again. And they will want to bring others and show them how well you do what you do. And when they do others, you get new customers and your customers grow. Again, a lot of times we get lucky and just our natural talents help us to grow and to do business with more people, but when we're intentional and we provide those remarkable experiences, we can grow on an exponential level. So what are you doing today that's creating value, and what do you need to do differently in order to take your business to a higher altitude? So be a leader, a team member who is constantly seeking to create remarkable customer experiences and provide higher levels of value to their customers by being intentional and by having great conversations, asking good questions, and constantly improving and innovating that service and product you're providing to your customer. Well, as is our tradition with the Aviation Business podcast, we have got a fun fact for you today about aviation. And we're going to go to August 21st of 1973, where we saw the first flight of the Learjet 35, which I'm sure took place in my hometown of Wichita, Kansas. According to Wikipedia, the Lear 35 and 36 was a series of American multi-role business jets and military transport aircraft manufactured by Learjet. When used by the United States Air Force, it was the C-21A. The aircraft was powered by two Garrett TFE 731-2 turbofan engines, and its cabin could be arranged for 6 to 8 passengers. The longer range Model 36 had a shortened passenger area to provide more space in the aft fuselage for fuel tanks. And you'll see some nice Lear 35s flying around today. We certainly insure a few of them, and it's always been a very good-looking aircraft and very fast. So that's your aviation fun fact for the day. Until next time, keep your wheels up and your attitude high.
Thanks for listening to the Aviation Business Podcast. If you found this episode of value, please share with someone who could benefit from its content. You can stay up to date by subscribing in iTunes or your podcast player of choice. This episode is brought to you by Aris Insurance Solutions, your flight plan for navigating the turbulence in aviation insurance. To find out more, go to arisinsurance.com. That's AERIS insurance.com.